Today, let's talk about the brilliant things ahead in Birmingham this weekend. Birmingham Comedy Festival kicks off this weekend. We had Dom Jolly on the show earlier on. He was brilliant. It features some really big acts, so Dom is part of it, as is Jason Byrne and Babatunde Aleshe and Joe Lysett. If you like a laugh, and God knows we need it at the moment, Birmingham Comedy Weekend is going to be brilliant. It's also your chance to celebrate amazing West Midlands talent, including my next guest, Jules O'Brian from Tamworth, who joins me now. Jules, hello.
Hi, Ed. How you doing?
Really good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Very excited about this weekend and everything that Birmingham's got coming up.
When are you on?
So I am on this Sunday as part of the Birmingham Comedy Festival half-dayers, which are happening at Cherry Reds and the Victoria, which I know I'm biased, but I absolutely love those two pubs. I think they're two of the nicest pubs in town. So yeah, I'm on at Cherry Reds at 5:15 in the afternoon this coming Sunday with my good mate Adam Beardsmore, and we did something kind of similar last year. We're just trying out new material in front of a room full of people. So it's a little bit scary, but it's also lots and lots of fun, just seeing, you know, what works and what doesn't work. And either way, it tends to be a bit of a laugh, even if it's stuff that, you know, dies horribly. It still tends to be quite a lot of fun for the people watching, even if it doesn't feel like it when you're standing on the stage.
Dying. But that's what it's all about. Yep. Now, look, your story's really interesting, isn't it? Because am I right in saying you used to be a teacher?
I did, yeah. I was a high school English teacher for 16 years.
Whereabouts?
So in Tamworth, in Staffordshire.
Right.
I worked in a couple of other schools as well, but most of my years teaching were in Tamworth in Staffs, and it was great. I think a lot of people go from teaching and move into comedy. It seems to be quite a common sort of thing to do. It's quite nice though.
Why is
when
that?
You get hecklers in, I think it's nice to have a room full of people looking at you and wanting to hear what you've got to say.
Expectantly.
The difference is, of course, when you've got a class full of 16-year-olds giving you a bit of lip, you can't say what you really want to say. Whereas when you've got a room full of drunk people, you can. Although there's a lot of similarities between, a class full of teenagers and a room full of drunk adults. I think.
I imagine it is good grounding, isn't it? Because you're up there, you're exposed, you've got a lot of people to deal with. I mean, it's not a massive jump.
No, not at all. And it's still about thinking on your feet, and being able to deal with those comments that might come your way, that might not necessarily be part of the show, or your lesson as it used to be. It is. It is kind of, it's not that big a leap when you really think about it, going from a classroom to a stage.
So talk to me about your comedy. What kind of stuff do you talk about and explore?
Okay, so I'm in my early 50s now. So I've done a few different things. I've done bits of teaching. I've been a full-time mum. So I talk about those kinds of things. I'm a single parent as well, although all of my kids are grown up now. So there's quite a lot of relatable stuff that I talk about there, and sort of navigating life in general as an older single lady who just kind of wants to put out into the world that, just because we're getting that little bit older, it doesn't mean that people should be telling us, what to wear, how to act, what to do. I didn't start comedy until I was in my 40s, which, I always say that very often I'm the oldest person in the green room, but the youngest in terms of experience. And that's always a really interesting place to be. There'll be sort of 25-year-olds in the green room who've been doing it for longer than I have, It's a really interesting dynamic. So my stuff it's kind of observational. It's just about life. It's sort of taking the mickey out of myself, but also about attitudes towards people as we age, And I sort of think, I don't know about you, Ed, but I still feel like my knees would probably tell you different, but I still feel like I'm about 20 years old,
It's always the knees, isn't it? It's always the knees that kind of bring you back.
Sometimes the hips, but generally the knees, especially on a damp day like today.
Oh, it's murder. I'm the same. So I'm 49 and I'm feeling probably probably the youngest. In my head, I'm feeling stupid, and you don't. As I think, as you get older, what I love is you really don't care what anyone else thinks, and that is so empowering and so freeing.
Yeah, isn't it liberating? It's the best feeling when you suddenly realise, actually, people aren't thinking about you as much as you might think they are.
No one is.
To be honest, I'm just going to do what I want to do. And I say this a lot to my kids. My kids are all in their 20s. And they're still in that stage of life where they worry so much, about what people are thinking. Am I going to look stupid if I do this, that, or the other? And the amount of times now that I say, no one cares. Honestly, no one cares at the end of the day.
Absolutely nobody cares. Listen, the gig sounds amazing. What you do sounds amazing. When can we see you on stage again?
Okay, so as I say, I'm on this Sunday, as are lots of other acts, all as part of the half days. The half days are at Cherry Reds and at the Victoria on John Bright Street in Birmingham. They start at 1:00, they finish at 6. There's so much on. There's just loads and loads to see. It's free entry. You don't have to book a seat. You can literally just turn up, get yourself a drink. You can bob in and out of different shows. Everything that's on at the Comedy Festival is online. If you just go to birminghamcomedyfest.co.uk, it's all there for you to see. So much. And there's, like, as you were just saying, we've got Jason Byrne, there's Gary Delaney, there's loads of household names, but there's also people like me, that nobody's heard of, but are just working the circuit and really trying to do well in comedy and have a good time. So, I'm on Sunday at 4:45 with Adam Beardsmore.
Well, it sounds brilliant. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy it.
Thank you so much, Ed. Cheers.
And I hope the knees are all right.
Yours too.
Thank you.
At the weekend, BBC Radio WM gets you up with a smile.